The Nuggets are an historic flare screen setting team, and it's an action that gives teams so much fits. It's so tough to guard. To be fair, all of Denver Nuggets action in the half court is tough to guard. Before we get into it, what is a flare screen? A flare screen with the ball on the top of the key, right? And you set a flare screen right here like Aaron Gordon's doing for Christian Brown. And of course, flare screens historically are for three-point shots, right? But notice how the Denver Nuggets use their flare screens in a lot of different ways right here. We set a flare screen, but Brown is going to cut it. And of course, we get an open look here, as you can see here. But again, let's take a look one more time. And flare screens are for three-point shots. And what really pressures defense is if you have one guy stay in the perimeter, other guy cutting or slipping into it, depending on how the defense is going, and they read it. And of course, the Denver Nuggets are such a great team, screening team, moving team, because yes, they're all great passers. Yes, they all are versatile from their offensive skill sets, but they all read the defense at a high level as well, which makes things tough. By the way, right here, this we get into a slot. I have a full Denver Nuggets offense video down below. I want to show this right here because when the ball goes to the high post, if you guys haven't seen it before or want to watch the video down below, when the ball goes right here, we call this point action, right? Point strong is when Murray goes over the top, this is a screen for Cam Johnson. We call that point strong or point over the top. If Murray were to set a screen for Aaron Gordon here, that is point away. But one thing that they do, and this is what is a Princeton concept, but one thing that they do here is we call this point flare. Notice how instead of Murray who sets a screen, it's going to be Aaron Gordon setting the screen here, and Murray's going to read this. So we're setting a flare screen here. They're going to go under, so what's Murray going to do? He's going to pop out here, unlike Brown who cut there because the defender was going aggressive there. Murray's going to shoot the three here, and it's going to be a really open look for him. Again, because he read the defense, we said, let's take a look at it real time. Why is the Denver Nuggets a really good screen moving team? I just told you why a couple clips ago, and this is just putting it in perspective as to why they're so darn good, and I love it. I love teams that run 2-3-man actions. By the way, as an aside, people told me Princeton offense years ago when I was coaching 10 years ago, oh, antiquated offense. Well, guess what? This is Princeton, baby. For all you haters, get out of here, because this is Princeton concept live. Right here, it's in a back screen for Aaron Gordon. And again, they're not going to get anything out of the from the flare screen, right? But look at the flare screen into actions run actions, by the way. This is way different than the Houston Rockets video we saw. They run actions into actions, and they get a good look out of this. By the way, notice how I said about the flares is sometimes what we want to do is set a flare screen here. One goes high, pops out, and then you want to cut to the rim, even if the read's not there, right? Even because the defender was on the top side, so yeah, there. But even if the read wasn't there, the defender's there, at least get a cut there just so you get like space, get movement here, manipulate the defense for the spacing. They cut out of there to get this DHO two-man action, post up, and of course we saw it into Aaron Gordon 3. I love it, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think about the Denver Nuggets offense with this flare action. Again, right here, get into it. What do we call this, guys? What are we going to call this? By the way, what are we calling this, guys? Point flare. That's right, point flare. He's going to read it. He's going to curl it because the defense really went over the top here. Come back here off the DHO, and we're going to get a three-point shot here. Again, this is just off the flare, guys. Very simple flare action right here. Going to come off and going to screen it. They're playing it very tight here, but Murray sees how the defender is not in the line there. Defender goes over the top, so you want to curl that right here, and he takes an option there. And Murray could have spaced out for a three as well, but again, he wants to put pressure on the defense. And again, I told you why they're so good with their screening action, because they just read the defense and put pressure in multiple different ways. And it's, yes, Jokic is really good, but it's not just that. By the way, Miami Heat are running into their 2-2-1 sometimes into zone, or they full court man press a little bit, so interesting to see that. Okay, we get after it. What are we doing here, guys? We're doing here. But notice how, yes, you guys are showing me, oh, it's Aaron Gordon posting up, but look what happens on the other side of the floor, right, to open up this spacing, how they manipulate the spacing here. Ready? We go over here, right here, Aaron Gordon. We know this is mismatch. We want to get here, but take a look at this. Right here is a flare screen going to be set between Christian Brown and Cam Johnson. When this happens, it puts the defenders in such a bind. I want to ask you guys, look how hard this is to defend, because we have a mismatch already right here, right? Now, if you want to help off this, which you absolutely can, we've seen it in college, we've seen other teams kind of helped in the past, what does that leave you? That leaves you a wide open flare screen action for Cam Johnson, for a flare screen out for the perimeter, right? And then Christian Brown can either pop out because he can wide open, or he can cut to the high post area, right? It's just so hard. Or you can go one-on-one here, not alert here, and you get a high-low action, because take a look at this right here. And again, you have different looks over here, because if you didn't like what you saw from Aaron Gordon and they helped out, like I said, let's say they were to help out. Let's say they were Brown's defender were to help out in here, what would you do? Well, you have a lot of actions here, right? Because Cam Johnson's going to take that, and then Brown would have popped out or cut in the high post and recovery there. So notice how they manipulate the spacing with their flare action, guys. If you guys like what you see, please like and comment down below. Let me know what you guys like. And the Portland Trailblazers are an aggressive team, so flare slipping screens would be very helpful against this type of team, right? We go right here, Aaron Gordon wants a screen set right here, bam. And again, look how we get into action here. We get a flare screen set into this pick and roll type action here. And of course, if you're Portland Trailblazers, you're okay with this. But I want to highlight this. The reason I'm showing you this clip is because look at how many teams come over and say, screen for me, communicate, get the sweat. And that's why I love watching the Denver Nuggets offense. Yeah, I know Jokic is a mythical talent level. He's absolutely otherworldly, but again, they're just communicating. They want to pass, they want to move here, get a square in here. Gordon could have shot that if he wanted to, right? But again, we get into action here, into this almost pick and roll action. And again, Portland's okay with that type of shot, but just notice how this team wants to get into three-man actions, and especially flares. And if you want to see more of it, take a look at the video down below that I had in the preseason. Again, let's take a look. Aaron Gordon is bringing the ball up, and let's see how they use a flare screen. So be coming over here, and again, they're going to get into it, point action. Then they're going to go into flare screen action right here. Jamal Murray is going to go over the top here because the guy is coming over top, right? And of course, what happens here is Aaron Gordon is going to read the defender here. Notice how he read the defender here because the defender was on the top side of him, so he's going to slip and attack, pressure the rim. It's just such a beautiful thing to see, and it just takes a lot of time because Jamal Murray did a tough cut. Brings one defender there, and of course you see right here, almost two hands on him. Aaron Gordon, by the way, he's a great, I don't know why I'm calling him, he's a great cutter, right? He's a great cutter, cuts hard to the rim, he's great. It's just really fun to see, guys. And I didn't show you their 5-out action. They said 5-out flares, right? There's a set that they run. The Lakers run 2 sometimes, where they will be in the 5-out in the perimeter, and the Nuggets will just set 2 flare screens, and they'll play out of it. So it's really good. Again, this is just a small flare screen action, flare screen concept they run into their high post offense, their point series, and it's effective. And you've seen why it's effective, and you know how it's effective. So take a look at this when you see the Denver Nuggets play. As always, guys, if you like what you see, like and subscribe, and as always, keep your sights on basketball vision.